Hello everyone, it's NCITY week and today we are doing NCT 127. Yesterday we did Dream, today we're doing 127. I'm actually like coffee on my face. I haven't drank the rest of my coffee yet. If you just watched the Dream reading, I said I'm gonna go drink the rest of my coffee and then I chugged some of it and now I'm filming 127. I was just super excited to film 127. This is my unit. This is my time to shine, okay? I have these Lomo cards here. Funny story. When I bought these, I thought they were playing cards and I was gonna use them for tarot. I didn't know what a Lomo card was. Yeah, these are not playing cards. These are just a bunch of, oh, he's so fine. Okay. We will be using these in this reading, so let's get into it. The Dream reading was really interesting. I sensed some tension with them, but you know, whatever. Whatever. Let's see what's going on with 127. Tomorrow is Wavy. Next day is Wish. And then NCT as a whole on Friday. Oh, like that one. I have 127's vibe. Okay. The same card came out for Dream. Breaking away from the Empire. I'm telling you guys, there are some NCT members that are not renewing their contracts. I thought contract renewals were already happening for a lot of them. Do those end this year or 2026? I thought they were like some were supposed to end in 2024, but I could be wrong. I say that I'm, oh my God. What's this? You know what's funny? The Hierophant came out during the Dream reading and I instantly thought of Mark because of the religion associated. Okay, there's the Emperor again. Okay, you guys, I'm telling you right now, Five of Pentacles is abandonment. Someone is not renewing their contract. There's been a lot of like speculation that Yuta is not gonna renew his contract this year. So, we'll see. Johnny has a lot of side hustles right now. So I don't know if he would leave. I don't know. I'm loving his new YouTube show. Some of these, sometimes I'm like, who is that? Because sometimes they just have so much makeup on. I'm like, who is that? Jungwoo. Okay, Jungwoo's going to the military. You know, funny story. When I was having my surgery, one of the first things that I found out when I got out of surgery was that Jungwoo and Do Young were going to the military at the same time. And I was like, literally take me back to the hospital and put me back the fuck under because I can't do this today. Okay, so we have the whole group here and then we have Jungwoo, so that's interesting. I don't want to say that he's gonna leave. I don't really get that vibe from him and I could be totally wrong. Jungwoo's kind of one of those guys, Pisces energy, I think he's a Pisces. Jungwoo's one of those guys that's like, he's super funny, super goofy. What's really going on with him though, right? I think like Yuta is someone where you can kind of tell like if he's not having a good time or if he's not happy, right? He's very scorpionic, like very Scorpio. So he kind of, you can catch a vibe from him. Jungwoo to me is someone who like I can't really tell. And you know, if you guys can tell, like let me know. If you guys can pick up on anything, I don't know. Again, we don't know these people, right? Especially after the tail situation. We don't know these guys. The group pick coming out is very interesting too. think I'm gonna come back to that. I don't even know why I pulled those, to be honest. Maybe it'll make sense later. Okay, let's get into it. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. That's breaking away from the Empire. We have the Ten of Swords, which is betrayal. We have the Five of Pentacles, which is abandonment. We have the Temperance, which is patience and divine timing. And then we have the Emperor, which is their boss. And then we have the Hierophant coming out as a challenge, which is having a hard time staying committed. I don't know what else to say other than some of these guys wanna fucking leave. Like, I said this in the dream reading, but one of my favorite memes after like Johnny started doing all of his side hustles was like, one of my favorite memes of him was like Johnny going into contract negotiations with a gun. Like, yeah, that man is doing a basketball variety show thing. He has his YouTube channel. He goes on a million side quests for sponsorships. You know, he has the acting studios. He has like the alcohol, is it Johnny Walker or something? And then he just did like a perfume thing. Johnny's my bias if you can't tell. Okay, we're gonna clear that up. Very locked into him. So I can't, I'm like, would he leave? I don't know. He's doing so much right now. So I don't know. But the other thing that I was picking up on with Dream is that the company, everything in this video is alleged for entertainment purposes only, by the way. I could be wrong and I'm open to being wrong. But one of the things I was picking up with Dream is that allegedly the company is kind of like pushing off a lot of things that Dream wants to do and accomplish. And it's like they keep telling them like, oh, well, you just need to do this and you have all these sponsorships and you have all these comebacks you need to do, you know, or albums you need to put out before you can do the thing that you want to do. And it feels like everything keeps getting pushed for them, whatever it is that they want to work on. I don't know what that means for them because there's a lot of Dream members who are doing dramas and solos and stuff. So I don't really know what that means. And I didn't really get too far into it. But I kind of get the same vibes with 127. It's like they're kind of sick of it. And the members of 127 are older. Johnny's my age. He's in his 30s now. TY's in his, oh my God, he comes back soon. Thank God. Thank God. He's in his 30s. Utah's in his 30s. Like, yeah. I think Jayan is 2 years younger than me. I think, you know, he's in his late 20s. Mark and HN are like the youngest ones. I think both of them were born in 99. When was HN born? I don't know. When was he born? 99 or 2000? I don't know. Point is that they're all almost 30 years old. They're in their late 20s, early 30s. And enough is enough. Like, you get to a certain point where your back starts to hurt, right? Like okay, my back is starting to hurt and I haven't been able to accomplish some of the things I want to accomplish. The overall energy is the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess in the reverse. The Queen of Wands is confidence, passion as well. I would say this is putting on a brave face. It's definitely Leo energy. It's performance kind of energy. Like, I always see Leos as the theater stars, and then I see Sagittarians as the celebrities. The High Priestess in the reverse is not trusting anyone or even yourself. Like, really not listening to your intuition. I feel like things behind the scenes are very shaky. It's like nothing feels certain. Nothing feels solid. I think Doyoung is a year younger than me. I'm pretty sure he is. We almost have the same birthday. That's what I do know. His birthday is the day after mine. I do know that. I think he's a year younger. Okay. Let's look into the Ten of Swords, because I feel like with the dream reading, we got a really big insight into the Emperor. If you guys want me to elaborate more on that, just like let me know for 127 specifically. But I think if you go watch the dream reading, this will make a lot of sense. So, and the Hierophant, I think too. Okay, let's look into these three, because this is, let's keep these three up here actually. I kind of want to pull on Jungwoo later, because why is he coming out? Are you okay, sir? Maybe he didn't expect to go to the military. Maybe they just kind of like pounced it on him. Like, you're gonna go too. You're gonna go too. Because it was a surprise to all of us. We thought it was just Doyoung who was going. TY comes back though. Thank God. I think JN comes back springtime. They both look like they're having fun. So I'm like, do they even want to come back? I have some clarification on this. Like, oh, guys, abandonment, breaking away from the empire, and then we have moving. I'm sorry. There's a couple. I think Wavy, the idea of pulling on Wavy kind of scares me a little bit. Because Wavy gets treated like shit, bro. In my opinion. Passion over loyalty. I'm not gonna pull on their relationships. I don't give a fuck. Wants you back. Okay. If 127 was sitting in front of me and this resonated with them, I would tell them to be very, very smart about their negotiations. And I would tell them to be very smart about being impulsive. It's okay to stand up for yourself, and it's okay to like work quietly behind the scenes to, you know, if you really, really want to leave, do what you need to do. You know, get a lawyer, do whatever it is that you need to do. You know, I'll support these guys no matter where they go. But this to me feels very, very impulsive. So we have moving, this feels like leaving the company suddenly, just kind of like dipping out. I don't know how that would work if you're under contract, so I'm not trying to say that they're just gonna like storm out of the building and say I quit, right? I don't think that they can necessarily do that. Romantic love affair, so passion over loyalty is kind of sticking out to me, and that's where I'm getting that impulsivity. So it's more of like this is how I feel right now in the moment. I didn't really think this through. And then wants you back to me feels like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that in that way. How can I get my job back? So yeah, didn't know your worth. Now they're desperate, too little, too late. So I would tell them to be very careful. Now in the dream reading, I said that whoever that emperor entity is, they feel very, they're a little intimidating. They're a little scary. It's like when you're on their good side, you're on their good side. But when you're on their bad side, you're not active. That's what it felt like, allegedly. So I would encourage 127, if this would resonate with them, I would encourage them to be very careful about how they go about leaving if they really, really want to leave, which I think it's possible. And I think that if they really want to leave, they should. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Do whatever the fuck you guys want. Like if it makes you happy, if you feel like you can't accomplish what you want to accomplish here, do something else. Even if they don't want to be idols anymore. Like if you want to go run like a potato farm or something, go run a potato farm. But just be careful about who you fuck around with, because the Ten of Swords in the reverse is a very, very, very devastating energy. That's a lot of betrayal. That's a lot of swords in your back. I mean, the imagery here is very intense, right? We have the 10 swords kind of sticking in this guy's back. So just be careful. It kind of feels like being blacklisted. So just be careful. Be careful. It's possible, but be smart. Be smart. Okay. What else for 127 should we be aware of? The Fool reverse. Oh, keep it sideways. We'll keep it sideways. Aquarius energy. The Fool. A lot of Aquarians in 127. Sorry, John, we'll go sit up there for a second. Full reverse, the full reverse, the well, the temperance reverse, and the 7 of swords. I think these two came out together, if I am not mistaken. The full reverse is risky behavior. The well is nurturing. The temperance reverse is impatience, and the 7 of swords is sneakiness. The 3 of wands coming out as a challenge is having a hard time expanding. This is very similar to the dream reading. It's very, very similar. My stomach is growling. Oh my god. Shh. The overall is the Queen of Pentacles reverse and the World reverse. I don't think that these guys are necessarily broke. I mean, Mark literally bought a Rolex for someone, right? We remember that. Who did he buy a Rolex for? I can't remember. Who was that? It was someone he collabed with. Who was it? Why am I blanking on that? See, the brain... Dude, surgery. If you guys are having surgery anytime soon, just know your brain fog is going to be horrendous. So it's not that like they're broke. But the Queen of Pentacles reversed to me just feels like you're caught up. You're caught up with someone. The World reverse is like repeating cycles, having to repeat something over and over and over again. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I kind of feel debt. I feel debt here. It may not be money either. I mean, Pentacles is something to be exchanged, right? It can be energy, it can be anything. It could be I owe you, right? I don't really get that they're broke. That's not the problem. It's something else. I don't know, they could be. Oh. Not 127 having a drug problem. I'm kidding. I'm telling you guys, like, there's a lot of members here who want to be doing certain things and they're just like not allowed to, allegedly. That's what it feels like. I'm not gonna lie, like, a lot of them feel trapped at this company. I'm sorry to say, they feel trapped to me. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Because divination abuser to me is always the card of like manipulation, like manipulating energy specifically, fucking with someone's free will, bad habits, drugs and denial, repeating mistakes, can't break the loop. Yeah, that's the World in the reverse. Can't break the loop. It's repeating cycles. That's crazy. Cock blocking, just like not being able to move on. And then wants you back. Okay, if 127 was sitting in front of me, I would tell them that there is some sort of like, is loophole the right word? There's a way to get out of these contracts. It's almost like they don't believe that or something. It's like, no, like really, this is gonna be hard. It's gonna be a lot of money. No, I don't think so. There's something that they don't want you guys to know. I'm not saying that they don't read through their contracts, but there's something that they're missing. It's interesting because right now it's a Mercury retrograde. We're in a Mercury retrograde. The thing about Mercury retrogrades is that you should never sign contracts. If you do have to sign a contract, you need to read through it over and over and over and over and over and over again to make sure that you're not missing something. That's the vibe I get from them. if you have like, if any of you guys have a copy of your contracts, there's something in there that you've missed. If you need to hire a lawyer from a different country who has no idea who the fuck you are, so that, you know, no one's manipulating you, there's no like, you know, there's nothing shady going on, I would do that. Especially, especially with like Johnny and Mark and, I mean, yeah, Jaehyun being like fluent English speakers. I feel like they could get some sort. This is like a very big conspiracy theory. I'm sorry. This is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I feel like they could go to like an outside source or like, I don't know, like a lawyer here in America or something, and they could just be like, hey, can you look this over for me? Like, and maybe someone here would have no idea who they are, and they would be able to pick up on something. You know, there's no rose-colored glasses. There's, you know, there's nothing like that. Obviously, it's a lawyer's job to pick up on that anyway, no matter where they are. But I don't know. It's kind of giving like they need to go talk to someone who doesn't know who they are. K-pop's really big here in the West, but I think like when you come to the States, like when people think of K-pop, they think of BTS and Blackpink. Like that's just kind of like who people think of. And it's not that, I mean, NCT is huge here, but again, when people think of K-pop, they think BTS, they think Blackpink. I don't know. I just feel like they're missing something. There's something in there that could get them whatever it is that they're looking for. And the Want You Back kind of feels like turning the tables. That coming out over the Seven of Swords is not a coincidence. Oh, how the tables have turned. The Seven of Swords is about this dude who is sneaking over to his enemy's tent and like steals their swords. This to me feels like if you get that one smoking gun in your contract, there's a little teeny tiny like, there's a little teeny tiny something in your contract. You can use it, and then I feel like your company will kind of be asking for you to stay, which is interesting. I don't feel like they're used to dealing with that kind of power switch up. I'm sure they've had idols in the past who are like, I'm gonna leave, you know, but yeah, interesting. They need to exercise patience though. They have to be very strategic. I keep picking up, I don't know why, I think these guys feel very impulsive to me, but that could also be just like a symptom of like being done, being sick of it all, you know? Sagittarius and Aquarius here. What's the advice for 127? I can't. Oh my god. Okay, I just feel like these guys are in a very toxic relationship with their company. You can probably say that for a lot of K-pop idols, but oh, oh, oh. Okay, and I think I said the same thing during Dreams reading. They're getting the Stray Kids special. In my Stray Kids reading, I was talking about how I think money is being hidden from them, allegedly. I'm gonna say the same thing here. Okay, I'm being brought back to the Jungwoo card. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's a Pisces. Pisces energy is very, in its unhealed state, it's very delusional. It's a very dreamy sign, but they can be very delusional. So it's like you have to be careful with all your Pisces energy sometimes. There's like a weird like smoke and mirrors vibe going on here. I'm telling you guys, there's something that your company doesn't want you to know. We have the Devil. And then challenges, we have the Two of Swords and the Queen of Wands. I don't know anything about like the stocks of this company, but this to me feels like maybe the company isn't doing so well monetarily, allegedly. And then these two come out together. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Star. This is a good sign. This is a good sign. There's a really big payout waiting for you if you can find the key to that door. I'm kind of getting like Alice in Wonderland, like the key. It's like you have to eat the mushroom, then you have to, you know, drink the drink, and then, you know, you're growing and you're shrinking, and like, but at some point you find that key and then you can go through the door. So there's a really big payout for you guys. It's kind of giving like EXO too. Yeah, I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna make a prediction for you guys. If NCT 127 was sitting in front of me, I would tell them, allegedly, I think money is being hidden from you. I think someone's holding on to some of your funds. Yeah, the Star, I'm kind of getting like celebrity. Also bringing clarity to something as well. So that's like knowing exactly what you want, knowing exactly what to focus on. That Ace of Pentacles, that's the thing that's being hidden. Overall, we have the Eight of Wands, which is communication and action, moving very, very, very fast, very quickly. I can see where the impulsivity comes from, but I really want to encourage them to just like slow it down a little bit. The Nine of Pentacles is that independence. I'm telling you, allegedly, I think money is being hidden from them. I think someone's withholding funds from you guys. Pisces season feels significant. We also have Capricorn here. Capricorn and Aquarius. Oh, that's a timeline. Capricorn, Aqua, and Pisces. So New Year's through like February. I'm just gonna pull another one for fun. Oh, Mark Lee. Okay. Leo energy. Leo is that theater star, that celebrity energy coming out again. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on for these guys behind the scenes. Not just 127, but Dream too. Listen, they're all in this together. I think they're... Oh my God, my stomach is growling so loud. There's a lot of money being hidden from them, allegedly. What's coming next for these guys? What can we expect next from 127? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, one of them's leaving. At least one of them's leaving. If they all stay at SM, I will be very, very, very shocked. Yeah, okay, Ten of Pentacles reverse again. Guys, someone's leaving. Who's leaving? Let's see. Let's see if the Lomo cards will tell us. There's an uneven amount of like people in here because I took out some. He is so fine. Oh my God. I took out like a couple of Johnny cards. And I took out some Utah or something. I don't know. Anyway. Let's see if the Lomo cards are correct. We'll see. We'll come back in like a year or two. Who's leaving? I don't see that happening. TY, really? I don't see that happening. I can see that happening. I can see him dipping the fuck out. TY, that would be shocking. That would be shocking. Can you imagine? That would be shocking. I don't really see that happening. That feels kind of, I don't know though, maybe. We'll come back and we'll see, right? One of them's leaving though. One of them has an opportunity to go to a different company. One of them has been in the talks with somebody else, so good for them. One of them, or maybe multiple of them. Two of Swords, that can be a separation. It's also needing to make a really tough decision. So one path or the other, it's being at a crossroads. And then we have the Knight of Wands. More impulsivity coming out. The Queen of Wands reverse, which is feeling insecure. The Artist reverse, which to me feels like breaking away from like a group or a company. And then we have the small opportunity here, or like some sort of contract negotiation. It feels like it's from someone else. I really do feel like someone outside of SM has been like, hey, you guys should come over here. Sorry. Like, hey, you should come over here. You should come over here. We'll treat you real good. I don't know. Overall, Knight of Wands reverse is like, I really don't want to fight for this. I really don't want to fight for something. And the Ten of Pentacles reverse is the breaking away. This energy, I like that this is coming out. It's a little bit defeating feeling, but also we've had a lot of impulsivity come out in this reading, and I feel like this kind of balances it out. There's definitely like a couple of people, like if they're, say like all of them wanted to leave SM. There's a couple of them that are like, let's go. And then there's a couple of them that are like, whoa, wait, we gotta think this through. I don't know, you know, they're getting older. They have other things that they want to do. They probably want to go get married and start families and stuff like that too, you know? Like, how can they still have their careers and fall in love and start families and have kids? And I don't know. Okay, why is the bad habits card coming out so much? Unfazed. Bleed out. I don't want to sit here and accuse them of having a drug problem. I'm not going to do that. That's a little, that's like tarot I do outside of like filming. That's information I'll keep to myself. If that's something I ever picked up on. Played out. I feel like these guys are getting ready to be shelved, which kind of makes sense, given everyone that's going to the military. I mean, you might as well fucking send Chen to go to the military too. Like, I need 127 right now. Sorry, I'm being a rude fan. I'm sorry. I'm kind of getting, it's that impulsivity. I think there's someone in 127 that's a little bit rebellious. It doesn't care, it didn't flinch, you can't shake me. This to me just feels like someone's counting out the days till they can fucking leave. But the attitude is kind of, there's an attitude here. I would say if this resonated for them, right, I just would say, you know, don't take it out on your members. If you feel, you know, if they don't deserve it, don't take it out on them, you know. Obviously, I don't know their dynamics. I don't know these guys. So, but don't take it out on your members if it's not their fault. Remember, I said this in the dream reading. Remember who the real enemy is. Okay. Have I asked what's next for them? I don't remember. Ooh, Ace of Cups. What's coming next for these guys? Ooh. Ooh. Aquarius, Leo. Aquarius and Leo. That's so funny. Aquarius, Leo. Aquarius and Leo, I believe, are sister signs. So they do get along very well. I am an Aquarius sun and moon and a Leo rising. okay, the Fool, the Strength reverse, the Nine of Swords reverse, Queen of Wands. Okay, these guys, okay. I hope they're getting proper rest, because this to me just looks like mental health issues up the ass, allegedly. The Fool is like, I want to break free. The Strength in the reverse is feeling exhausted and feeling burnt out. The Nine of Swords reverse is the mental health issues. This is someone who's working on it though, like they're trying. Queen of Wands reverse is feeling insecure. Overall, the Queen of Pentacles is prioritization and money and trying to multitask and do a bunch of things at once. The Star reversed is losing hope. Yeah, these dudes need a break. I feel like they're gonna get one. I know NCTU is kind of, I think they're doing something, but I don't know what that means. I don't know who that's gonna be. There's a couple of members here in particular though that like need to like go sleep for a couple of days. I don't really know what's coming next for 127 other than like I'm low-key kind of worried about what's going on behind the scenes with them. Allegedly. So again, the advice I have for them is to relook at their contracts. Send your contract to someone that is very, very professional, but doesn't really know who the fuck you are. And I think allegedly money is being withheld from you guys. I feel like if that's the case, though, they're probably aware of it. Because EXO wasn't paid. Why does that keep coming out? Bad reputation. Why am I getting tail from this? Wanting back, bad reputation, dodging bullets. I'm not saying that they want Tail to like back in the group. But this to me feels like they've been a little bit fucked up since that happened. That would not surprise me. If I found out like my friend or like my member was like a rapist, I feel like I would I feel like I'd be really fucked up from that. I feel like they understand like why he's not there and like why he can't be around, you know, blocking bad energy, escaping toxic people. But it's also like, I miss who we were before that scandal. The same summer, I believe they, Haechan and Johnny had a scandal where they were accused of hiring prostitutes or something in Japan. I thought that rumor was kind of funny because of the draw. If you know, you know, the drawing that went with it. I thought that was, I don't know, I thought it was funny. But there was like a hot second there where it was just like boom, 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 boom. Like NCITY scandal, NCITY's on fire. And then they kind of like, the scandals kind of died down, and I feel like the scandals have kind of been coming up again. Recently, Mark's been under a lot of fire because, or under fire because of the McDonald's ad. I think a member of Wavy, who is it? I can't remember. Oh my, Alex, you said that you're so into NCT and you're so locked into them. I know, what's wrong with me? There's a member, I think of Wavy, who like their dad has ties to Israel or something. Oh my gosh, who is that? I can't remember who it is. That just came out like a few days ago. But it's kind of like ramping up with like the scandals again. So this time it's a little bit more political as opposed to like sex related, you know? But this to me feels like, I feel like they haven't quite, allegedly, they haven't quite recovered from Tail. For those of you who are like unaware, you don't really follow NCT, Tail went, is he in jail yet? I don't know. He's going to jail for, I believe, gang rape. So Yeah, horrible. Horrible. I feel like they haven't really recovered, but they feel like their reputation hasn't really recovered. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done with these guys, allegedly. I feel like they've kind of just like pushed things to the side, maybe a little bit. I'm sure a couple of them have probably been in therapy, you know, but there's something else that needs to be done here. Like there's a little bit more healing that needs to be done, I think. Maybe that just happens within time, you know? Yeah, moves in silence. It's like they're kind of not saying anything. Focusing on the money, yeah. Obsessed lover, shine. Yeah, the parasocial relationships are getting to them too. There's a lot going on with them. I feel like they all need one big group therapy session. I feel like, I just feel like a sadness coming from them. I don't know. I could be wrong. I love these guys. It's like my favorite group. I don't want to lie to you guys about what I'm getting though, you know? I could be wrong. So we have Aquarius and Leo showing up here. That's what I have for you guys for 127. This is a long one. I think all my readings are long. I don't know why I say that. Oh, Marquise. Okay. Mark keeps coming out. I feel like Mark needs his own reading, but I'm not going to do it unless somebody wants me to. So, because I don't feel super motivated to do it, but I feel like there's something going on there. That's what I have for you guys. I hope you guys have your iced coffee today. I hope you guys eat good. As for 127, if they were to ever see this, I feel a sadness coming from them, and I feel a lot of I feel like there's a really big elephant in the room with them. Like something needs to be addressed. I also feel like there's money being hidden from them, allegedly. I don't know. Could be wrong. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Love you guys so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.